What did my monk buddy choose? I'm curious. There's a
I
lot of
did.
options.
Yeah, I did the elemental monk
Oh,
path,
okay.
so I could do more fire stuff.
Gotcha. That makes sense for you.
Yeah, yeah. What'd you do?
Uh, um, um, called what is it? Why do I? What was it called? Oh my
You want
His
me to
god.
pull up
name.
your
What's his
sheet real
name?
quick?
Warrior of the Leaden Crown.
Sounds sick.
I got Mage
That's
Hand.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh god. What is he gonna do with that?
It's a
What are
Mage
you gonna do
Hand,
with that,
hold
man?
person, levitate, shatter, detect good
Oh,
and evil, protection from good and evil.
those are some
Honestly, I
good
just got it
spells.
because I wanted to go shatter, dude. Fucking
Yeah, old person's really good.
it is a really good one.
is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
I
A
can
want
also
really
make
wild
something
side.
Like a
levitate.
really good one.
I
for
can
somebody
make
who
some.
gets close and beats the shit out of people. It's
You could just
amazing for you.
freeze the person
Yeah,
and then just fucking beat the shit out of them.
awesome. I can also make something levitate 20 feet up to 500 pounds, it says.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna say 20 feet to 500 feet.
Yeah, that would have been scary.
That would have been crazy.
Alright. Who's ready for that
All right,
awesome
let's
recap?
do it.
I know I am.
Yeah, I'm ready too because I don't remember anything.
Joey, how do you not remember? You
I
I
got your
still have
ass
remember
my
handed to you.
a lot of us
inspiration.
been close
Yeah.
close to death. There was a lot of near deaths there.
Joey, I can tell you exactly how low your health got to almost death. And surprisingly, you still had more HP than some of the others in your party.
Yeah. Uh,
Hell yeah.
same issue as always when we do this. I always forget where we started the last time. It all blends
After
into one
initiative had
started-
big.
been rolled with a shadowy
Yeah,
creature
we
menace.
started fighting the guy.
Oh, okay. It started with the fight then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
started with
All
the
right.
fight.
Well,
Started with the fight.
the
Beat him up a little bit. Then he transformed. That's all I
conventionally
remember.
attractive person. Oh, don't laugh at me. Um, we were doing okay in the fight, right up until they transformed. Like a few of us could only really take a hit, but some of us might have went down in one hit. Uh, yeah, I'd say we did decent in the fight overall, right up until they transformed and we had to run away. There was some banter back and forth too. I don't remember all of it, but they definitely shut up, Vijay. They definitely called out maybe one of my brothers, and then actually proceeded to say quite a few of us didn't belong according to them.
And some people
Then
saw like visions of most recent things that they had experienced or something like that.
Yeah, I seem to be
And
like reading
Eleanor turned into an elf
memories.
and saved
Yes.
3 people.
Yeah,
You
the
can read
enemy
about it.
definitely announced that he was going to eradicate Aaron, which triggered a response from Ariana, and that's what, well, triggered the initiative to begin with. They also, I believe, wanted to eliminate almost everybody they got memories from too, if I'm not wrong. Like for whatever reason, none of us belonged there.
Yes,
they
it
read memories
seemed
from.
as though a lot of the people being confronted by this entity are errant, are
Yeah.
not where they should be, or there seems to be some sort of cosmic misalignment.
Which that's interesting. But yeah, once the fight started, like turned after they had their scary, cool transformation, which, hey, yeah, let me do this. They turned into that thingy, and then we had to get the fuck out because a lot of us were already at Death's door. Elkiora did some transport back and forth. Ramiel had been prepped and ready to close the door, so it couldn't follow. There might have been a minor, almost argument over one of the brothers not wanting to drop their fucking backpack.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I owe somebody a backpack.
Yeah, you owe me a backpack.
And oil.
Fuck.
Oil.
I don't have any
for real,
oil.
bro.
I have oil. I promised my oil.
But
I do remember
I could
that.
almost feel that Ramiel wanted to close the door during that part just because.
It was either drop his backpack and lose his oil, or leave his brother behind. He was
It was a real
contemplating
tough
dropping his
decision.
backpack because he didn't know if he could carry his brother back with it or not.
Oh. Wild that there was so much contemplation there.
Now we know where his heart really is.
Val would never.
Val
Yeah,
was
you
also
also
cushy
have.
on the
You
back
are a
of
backpack.
Elkioro.
Uh, but
And then we
we
just
did manage
escaped
to
to
get
the
away
ship.
in the end.
Yeah.
Make it to the ship. Because we were finally getting comms towards the end. They were telling us they're getting ready to leave with or without us. Which, I mean, with that thing chasing us, fair. And I don't know, what all did I miss? I know there's probably some minor details in the fight and whatnot, but
Dahlia was having some sort of crisis, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh,
We will
Um,
we'll get to Dahlia's crisis first
yeah.
thing.
um, uh, Booker revealed his flaming fists and the branding on his
yeah.
knuckles. Um, uh, Val attempted to throw Booker, and it didn't go super well. Um,
Yeah. Rolled the lowest I've rolled on the check. Yeah. A lot of us that
um,
fight actually were rolling lower than 10s, which was crazy.
Ramiel didn't blow us up, so that was a win. I think that was kind of it.
Oh, a certain furry friend was almost in some major danger because
Oh
of
yeah,
they were on Booker.
tried to eat through my leg. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Right.
This has been the craziest recap ever. It's been a little all over the place, but I think we got there.
I'm working on 2 hours of sleep and let my ADHD take over. Let's go.
That's okay. That's basically me. um, but yeah, we basically were able to make it out of there and get back on the ship, which is super great because no one died, regardless of how close.
Yeah. Poker came really close.
We can stop bringing it up.
Like, had to make a roll close.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take us
If that
inside the
is
ship.
the
Yes.
Oh no, yeah, if you want to start things off before I do the Dahlia
yeah.
stuff, by all means.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring up the map here for you guys so you guys have it, of course. Switch this. But on board, basically after you guys got on board, anyways, Zara had instructed you guys to go ahead and take some downtime and possibly even go check out the med bay should you need it. For a few of you, look like you may need it. So I guess now that we're entered the ship and you've been given direct orders to rest, what is it that you guys are all doing?
So, Dahlia, as we can all remember from the conflict, from the adventures that were going on, as was reported, there seemed to be some inability for Aquamarine to show up. There was a dragging of a near-death Ariana, as performed by Dahlia, and so on and so forth. I would love to posit a question to two of my party members here. First to Ramiel, if Dahlia were in, would Ramiel risk his life to save Dahlia's?
I'm very honest, no. But he would not risk his life for anyone, though. That's
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
yeah.
That was about what I figured. That was the answer I was expecting. Eliora, what does a powerful horned beast look like where you're from? Is it the sort of large antlered deer that we are accustomed to as earthbound humans in reality, or was this form that you took something a little bit more alien and spectacular?
No, it's like a normal, like what we know to be an elk.
Fair enough. Glorious. As the group of you all are sort of sharing your looks, catching your breath shortly after the doors have closed, there's this flash in your consciousness, a recollection of obfuscation. The warping in reality, these shifts that had occurred, something was being kept from you. Throughout the course of the conflict, there were several area of effect attacks that had been prompted to be rolled against by a number of different party members. Revisiting that session, I rolled along with the group. Essentially, Dahlia or Aquamarine, as you have some recollection of events in this strange half-remembered flash, incurred some harm. Ramiel, given that you decided you would probably not risk your life in this moment, I'm going to say you would probably need to only be able to contribute a healing word and not a cure wounds, as there would be a lack of willingness to close the distance. But if Eliora and Ramiel could both roll numbers on uh I'll say like what, a first level healing spell apiece to see
Um,
how much we could recover from Dahlia's previous dangers.
so do you want the unfortunate news?
Out of spell slots?
Yes, I healed literally everyone during
Amazing.
that thing. I didn't even attack truly. That was full healing last round, so I apologize.
No need. People got saved. Eliora, do you have any gas left in the tank? Or did you, if you remember?
Yeah, I didn't get to heal anyone, so yeah. I can do cure wounds, right?
Absolutely.
Do I? Wow, two
Okay.
ones and a
Oh,
4.
I will say though, had I known that Dahlia was in a
Mhm.
predicament, I think Ramiel would have chosen Dahlia over Ariana.
Uh,
Um,
we can fudgy wudgy with your exact spell slots if you just want to roll a spell's worth of healing.
I was like, I could easily have done a spare the dying and wait, hold on. Before I say that so confidently, like I think I I have that spell equipped for this man. Oh, I do. Okay, good news. I do have spare the dying for him, so we could, I guess, theoretically easily retcon it in a sense of a spare the dying was used instead. Man, did I
Well,
really use up all my spell slots?
the dying could only be spared
Yes.
if they prevented a certain amount of damage from coming in the first place.
Mm. Yeah, no, understood. Um, all right, you said a first level roll here.
Yeah, I would imagine so. We only got
Uh,
access to second level spells after
just now. Yeah,
the
that's why
long
I was
rest
like, wait
at
a
the end
minute.
of the battle.
Um, Coolio, cool beans. We'll throw that in there. Not bad. 19.
Whoa! I thought
That's
wait. Oh, that's a
oh
cure
yeah. What's that?
wounds.
That's a cure. I'm sorry. Did you want a healing word instead?
I think I it feels more honest,
It feels more honest.
but
Okay.
that's just me. Just with
Uh,
the lack
11.
of life risking saving. Okay. 11 and it was 6 with that cure wounds. Okay. Yeah, so 17. Wow. Yeah, so Aquamarine as the front line standee with her hit point total and such being able to be restored uh over the course of the battle. I crunched some numbers. The two of you just healed for 17 points. Um, had you healed me for 2 less, I would have doubled my hit point total negative and perished. So as it stands, Eliora and Ramiel, glancing at Dahlia, she just sort of regards you each with a look, and then her mouth opens in abject shock as she coughs a spray of blood all over her lower lip and chin, incurring massive amounts of damage that are not quite enough to kill her. Uh, you have all averted glorious disaster because I also rolled my death saves in advance,
Oh my god.
and that was very, very, very close to the end.
Incredible.
But I'm spared, so we can shuffle our ways back off to the med bay and such. We should be okay. I wasn't brought to death, and so a much bigger stink doesn't necessarily need to be made. Thanks for the
Well,
healing, friends.
yeah. I mean, that's incredible. I'm glad that no one actually had to die. That'd be not the worst case. I mean, I guess that's the worst case scenario to some people in D&D, but for the plot, I'm glad that we're all still
Yeah.
here.
Yay.
Did it feel like I was calling you out, Wolf?
I'll go a little bit, maybe.
Wolf craves death in every campaign.
Yes.
But I would never take that away from you.
I live vicariously through my characters, okay?
You can do as you please.
And therefore I die vicariously through them too.
All right. So now that you guys have managed to stabilize our dear Dahlia from perishing, good to know. Good to know. Yeah. I mean, is there anyone doing anything specific hereafter, or not, who may not be actively trying to be involved in helping in any way?
Um, I guess Val might be helping people to the med bay,
Fair enough.
but
Yeah, Booker
The
will
med bay would
anyone
probably help.
if anyone needs help, he'll help them also to the med bay.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna need some help.
yeah, are you conscious right now?
Yes. I
Okay.
think. I mean, okay. This.
You think?
Yeah. You can see a let's call it an aquamarine with 2 hit points.
Okay. Okay, so conscious but barely. Got it.
Conscious,
I
but
was like, is someone
fading
having to
fast.
carry you right now?
I don't think quite that serious. She's real tough, Aquamarine is. She just tosses both her spear and staff a couple inches into the air, at which point they burst into stardust and scatter into the distant corners of the ship, and she's able to just focus on leaning against you without having to be carried to navigate her way toward healing.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. That's a flight of stairs.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's
Ariana is heading to the med bay as well. Mind clearly still on the fact that she had to relive everything all over again.
Oh yeah, almost forgot about that spicy
That's rough,
part.
buddy.
Romeo, aren't you sad you didn't get hit with the mine lance?
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling good. Watching everyone hobble to the med bay.
damn.
He has
Everyone.
right, pretty much everyone.
I'm just gonna go lay in bed.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, if you didn't take any damage, you're good. But I definitely didn't take any damage, so I'm fine. And he's going to go into the crew's quarter. Um, Although,
Foxyora.
Foxyora. I'm a fox.
You don't say.
No, my name's Foxyora, but I'm actually a wolf.
Oh, it looks like a very small wolf.
No, I did pick the rest of my animals I can turn into blue
Nice.
for right
There's
now.
2 Ramiels now.
Oh,
Ah.
no,
Ah,
no,
why
no.
is there 2 of
Ah!
you?
No, there's not. No, there's not.
Oh,
No, there's
gonna
not.
scream. No! Please, God, no!
Aniora is crazy. Whoever put that in there.
Who?
It's a panther.
I would
Oh,
have to
yeah, I
think
have a
so.
panther. I have Elkiora, Paniora, Foxyora, and Wolfiora. I'm so
get them all
creative
in
with my
collection.
names. Gotta catch them all.
No, it's very reminiscent to every other druid we know.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing. It's like a rite of passage at this point. Because I mean, it's still you. It's just a different physical you. Meow.
Yeah. I wanted to pick a cat, but then Fox
Leave it.
stood out a little bit more.
Leave it. Leave it. Don't you touch it.
I mean, you did level up, so we'll have to look later, but you might be able to have more forms.
I think I get more at level 4.
Oh, okay. Because I haven't looked at anything in a while, so.
For those of you
I get
arriving in the
2
med
more
bay,
level 4.
Thorn will greet you with a, "What the hell happened to you guys?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much. No.
Uh-huh.
All I can say is whatever that thing was in there reached into my brain and made me relive
Oh boy.
horrible
Oh, boy.
things.
All right, everybody, one at a time. We're gonna get in the pod and see what the hell's going on. He does have 3 pods, so if 3 of you would like to get in them, that is a possibility.
Rihanna's just gonna get in the pod.
Sorry,
Full
what do
body
these pods do?
analysis. Their full body analysis. It'll go through everything inside that may be afflicting you that we can't quite see on the outside. He like kind of looks over everybody and like minimal scrapes and bruises, at least on the outside. So might as well do a mental checkup.
A mental checkup.
Yes,
Yeah.
I assure you, our eggs are thoroughly scrambled.
Oh, it's looking like it.
I'll crawl into a pod. I've got my friends looking over me. There shouldn't be anything weird or mysterious.
Booker does not get into a pod, but he watches closely.
Rihanna didn't even question it. She just got in the pod.
Seeing, well, I guess we'll start with Ariana. Ariana, it scans you, and there's various beeps, and you can feel weird air pressures inside the pod itself as it encapsulates you with a nice little seal. At first it feels kind of stuffy, like the air is very stiff, the very concentrated oxygen starts pouring in. And you feel your body instantly relax at first. before everything starts to shift and balances. It essentially what the pod is doing itself is testing how your brainwaves function under different variances of oxygen levels. Um, and seeing how your body responds internally as it x-rays. You've got Pat, I will throw you. Don't do anything dumb. Yeah, you. Yeah. Yeah. You. I will throw you. I don't care how old you are. You're old enough to steal pizza. You're old enough to be thrown. Yeah. So it looks like initially he notices there are a few variances. You've got a couple broken ribs, most likely from the collapse. Pretty deep bruising along your rib cage and your hip. Oh. And as far as your brain waves go, you kind of see Dr. Thorne start scribbling, I guess, rather, in the way that he writes down a few things that he kind of contemplates over as he's watching the pod scan. And as the pod releases and you step out of the pod itself, he kind of does like a full once and walks around you in a full circle and then takes more notes and goes, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that seems about right. Okay. Yep. I'm just gonna need you to just take a seat, and then he'll at the bed he's got made up.
Ariana's sitting down.
I'm sorry, Dahlia, did you also step inside the pod?
Yes, Aquamarine is in one.
Okay, so you're in as Aquamarine. Interesting.
That's correct.
So the pod begins scanning, and as the oxygen levels change rapidly, you yourself don't take it as well as Ariana does. For a couple of reasons. One being, well, in your state of unconsciousness of what you experienced, there's I don't want to say like a collapsed lung because that would not be correct. It wasn't that extreme, but a little bit more so than just the wind knocked out of you. But also the oxygen levels of which are being pumped at various amounts, in various levels. Your physiological body reacts slightly differently than as presumed to what Ariana's read. Meow. And you'll see as Dr. Thorne kind of takes his other clipboard and begins scribbling very different things. Anyone looking over his shoulder, it just looks like the notes here are bigger, if that makes sense. Very short, choppy words. They don't seem to make a lot of sense independently. But he is scribbling far more than he was when he was checking Ariana's vitals. As you exit the pod, yes.
I was gonna say, as that's going on, Booker will kind of lean in and say, "Is she all right?"
Hmm. Well, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't really know much about what she is, but judging by the way that she's still here, still conscious through means of your own, I'm assuming. Well, Maybe not your own. No offense.
None taken.
She seems to be doing okay. Everything seems stable. I mean, I don't know. Do you know where she's from originally? Did she ever share that with you?
I don't think so. No.
Hmm.
Or at least I don't remember if she did.
Okay. And then as he says okay, the pod opens and you are able to step out. Excuse me.
Was I perceiving the goings on?
Oh yes.
What's going on?
Well, uh you got a few things dinged up in there. And I don't want to alarm you by any means, but it looks like you got a little something lodged in here, and he kind of points to your torso, the lower half. But
Something lodged.
yeah, it looks like a fragment of some kind of metallic material, it seems. Well, that's what it's reading, but won't know until we take a look. But I've been informed to ask if you consent to that first.
By what means are you going to look inside me?
Well, we may have to do a little surgery to remove whatever it is that may be lodged in there. It doesn't look like it pierced anything vital, which is good. As far as vitals go. Where did you say you're from?
Sorry, first, surgery. I don't know how viable that can be. I can't exactly stay in an operating theatre for hours.
Huh. How does the whole changing thing happen?
Trade secret.
Fair
But
enough.
I can stick around for about 20 minutes if you've got more digging around inside me to do. Will that be enough to handle this? If not, we'll have to circle back sometime and leave this thing in me. Or you could see if it's in Dahlia and pry it out of her.
The only thing I worry, you guys don't share a physiological body. I mean, there's no way. You two are very different looking individuals.
Yeah, there's a core of our existence that is shared, but I truly don't understand the specifics of if something is this thing that you found, was it placed there during the battle? Is this a wound that I've received, or is this something that you've just happened to discover?
I mean, as far as what the scanner reads, it looks like it could be. It doesn't exactly. It won't be able to tell me exactly what it is. It just describes it as a hunk of metal. I mean, that could just be. That could be anything from transmitter to shrapnel. There's really not a way for me to tell otherwise.
Okay.
Judging by the X-rays, it doesn't have any descript angles on it to be considered a transmitter of any kind, but I've seen what these guys are capable of. Any of these Arcani bastards are capable of creating anything nondescript.
Well, we're from Pellegrino too.
Hmm.
Does that answer your question? We're Kelgoshi.
Oh. Well. Okay. And then he scribbles some more down on the clipboard real quick. That answers a couple of questions here. Okay. Yeah, well, I suppose we can leave it now since it hasn't pierced anything vital. You shouldn't have anything to worry about. Do you go anywhere physically when you transform, or?
The parts of me that are me become suspended, as the parts that are Dahlia are all that remain out and about in the galaxy.
Well, as weird as that sounds, that may actually be a very, very good thing for you. You can't stay in this form long enough to perform surgery. At least it's good to know that we won't have to worry about a festering infection should that happen. But I suppose we can wait again until you're able to transform for a longer period of time. In the meantime, I will definitely be doing an x-ray on Dahlia. I would also like to know if there is a chance that she may also share anything like that. If what you're telling me is true, though, there's not a really good chance that she could, which may be her saving grace, too.
Well, for now, am I good to go?
Yeah, he'll kind of take his glasses off for a second. Yeah, I suppose you are.
Okay.
I'll just be in
Friends,
here for a
shall
little bit.
we... You're staying behind?
I was told to sit, so
He sits down on his little wheelie stool and just wheels over to, to Ariana sitting there nervously. He rummages through a couple of his drawers here and pulls a few various bandages and wraps. And going through, you see he he pulls out a few instruments that don't seem necessary here in this current moment in time, but a few pairs of surgical scissors. He's got what? This damn cat. She might go to the room. Keeps being bad. A few pairs of forceps. He's got this drawer seems to have a lot more in it than is a little less organized than the rest of his things. As usually there are, his racks of perfectly organized and labeled specimens. And he's rummaging through this drawer, and ultimately comes back with a few gauze pads and some wrap as he begins to hold them up aggressively at you, Ariana, and says, "All right, raise them as best you can."
I guess I'll raise my arms up.
He begins to. He kind of like goes ahead and starts to place the wrap, and then goes, "Is this okay?"
What do you mean?
He's like, "Well, I'm just no, it's fine." And he begins to place the wrap around your torso, and then he gets to your back, and he sees your bum wing, and he's like, "Can you raise this up too?" And then looks to where the other wing is no longer there, and goes, "Or does it not only work in tandem?"
I mean, that one still perfectly works. Ariana's just gonna raise it. Just a little weird.
Do you ever find yourself off balance? He won't make eye contact with you as he talks to you. He'll just continue placing the wraps around your torso.
Hard to really say. I mean, I'm sure if I were to try to fly, it would
No, well,
not
flying is
go
out of the
well.
question. That just simply will not work. Um, Have you thought about talking to Gizmo about getting any kind of apparatus or something that could help you out? Or I'm sure he'll be happy to try to do something crazy.
I've considered it, but it's an eventuality. I mean, I've got to get with him at some point anyway to work on, well, making some better guns. But
As
priorities.
he's wrapping around you with the wrap here, you feel a slight prick in your side as he's finishing up. He quickly places a gauze pad over it and continues to finish the wrap around and secures it. It's rather tight, and it's kind of squeezing the air out of your lungs here as you can feel the pain of your ribs realigning. And he quickly sits up and kind of pats himself down, removes his gloves, and says, "Well, I really wouldn't try to do anything that's going to be any high energy or cardio for the next couple days, but I think you're going to live."
Well, that's fortunate.
Sorry about the not flying portion of it.
If I'm lucky, maybe Gizmo will come up with something crazy.
Yeah, like I said, he's built for ingenuity. But if that's all any of you guys need, that's you should be good to go. If any of you guys need anything, you guys know where to come find me.
I should be able to find Gizmo down below, right?
That's where I saw him last. He did say he wanted to come talk to me in the next couple days, or but days could also mean 5 minutes for him. I don't know really how he sees space and time, so.
All right, well, I'll see if I can find him. If I can't, I'll find him later.
All right. And then he stands up off of his little stool and walks over to his counter and immediately starts placing papers into different folders, each having labeled your guys' names on them.
Not good.
You say not good.
Yeah.
Just going down to the engineering
Got a
bay
bad
because
feeling
that's
about
where he
this.
was last time.
Booker will leave the med bay, go back to his bunk, and begin like rewrapping his hands.
Need help there, friend?
No, I'm fine. Thank you though. How much longer you got?
15-ish minutes.
Does it bother you that you're on a time limit?
She looks over her shoulders to see if anyone else is close by. But then looks back. Yeah, I think it does.
You know, I talked to Dahlia a little bit about y'all's situation.
Yes, we can't keep secrets from each other. If you feel more comfortable recapping everything you've discussed or speaking it with me, feel free to, but do
Oh, no.
understand that my ears are at least metaphorically on as hers are.
So she'll remember everything you experience and vice versa.
Everything is perhaps a strong word. There are gifts, graces afforded by the process where we switch that allow Dahlia to exist without some of my burdens.
Can I ask why you're on a time limit?
It's a she glances at your knuckles, just lots of conversations about trustworthiness and cults and everything sort of playing in her mind on repeat as these questions are angling a little bit closer to what she seems more hesitant to share as it approaches like potentially uncovering weaknesses, and she withdraws for a second. Could I just get like a I don't know if it would be insight or maybe religion, but is there anything you think you could prompt me to sort of just get a vibe off of Booker in this moment?
I would say insight would probably be the best.
Natural 2, somewhere in the 5-ish department.
7.
7.
I would say. Oh, I'm gonna roll something. I would say that you. He's kind of hard to read in this moment, and you can kind of tell that like it's an intentional in that way.
The time limit is a trade-off, a limitation on my form to make things easier.
Is there? I mean, so it's better that there's a time limit?
Well, therein lies the rub, doesn't it? There's all other things being exactly as they are. It is better that there is a limit. Could there be an altered world state that would make it so that such lengths are unnecessary and other things would be better as a sort of cascading effect on top of me not having this time limit? Certainly. But as it stands, it's best that I'm not always around.
And you said that when you go away, you don't exist somewhere else. You just sort of hide within Dahlia somewhat, or within the belt, I guess.
Something along those lines. There's still feelings. There's still recognition and understanding, but there is no tether, no way to project my will out into reality. Just the ability to see what happens to and around Dahlia.
But you wish it wasn't that way.
She sort of stares off and up to the corner. Sort of. It's
If you were in a
my
perfect world,
yes. It is. If I lived in a world where she lets her gaze drift down, sort of micro adjustments to her head from behind her mask and her helmet seem to give some indication of ponderance, like she's chewing on her lip or her tongue, but it's hard to tell.
Mhm.
I Our nature is complicated.
yeah.
It would be lovely if I could be out in the stars.
Well, I'm sorry it's so complicated.
Whose life isn't, eh?
It's true. But there's all kinds of crazy miracles that can happen in the stars. Maybe we'll find something.
Did you opt into those markings?
He is super like taken off guard. Um and looks down and kind of quickly like finishes uh sort of the last wrap and kind of looks at his hands for a moment and he goes, yeah. You talking about my brands?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. Why? You think Wait, why? You think they were forced on me?
I would have no way of knowing. I
Opt is a very specific word.
Sure. Did you I imagine those are sort of the culmination of your monastic upbringing, your uh, god of fire and light warrior apotheosis.
Yeah, it was part of my, I don't know, training or whatever.
That's why I'm curious. Our means by which we have gathered great power were festooned by organizations that it seems as though neither of us are actively cavorting with these days.
I am so sorry. I have an intelligence of 6. What does festooned mean? And what does there was another big word you used.
Cavorting.
Yeah, what do those mean?
We were both given our powers by people we aren't with.
Oh. Yeah. And when you say like uh given power with people who you were not with, um he says, yeah, and he kind of looks somewhat sad at that. kind of pulling into himself for a moment, and he looks back up at you and he says, I don't know if you want to disclose this information at all, but your abilities, they did you choose them?
She wraps a gauntleted knuckle against her heart. Of a sort, I was given a specific battery to pull from, and I've chosen to sculpt the powers I've been given in a way that feels right. I was given the power of a sun, and I have chosen to shape that power into the toolkit of a galactic hero.
You were given the power of a sun?
So, sort of. I
Booker's
I've
eyes get
been.
super wide at that.
You can see a big, cheek to cheek, toothy grin as she is sort of in contemplation. I was connected to a star. A matter of incorporating its power over time is perhaps more accurate than to say I was given its entire power when I was awakened, when I was bestowed this.
Wow, that's
I could not have held the entirety of a star's power. I still can't. Nowhere close.
that would be. I would ask you what you were doing here if you could hold the power of a sun.
Yes. No, I've got a very, very, very long way to go. But
Wait, long? You
oh,
mean it's possible?
well, if I prove myself to be the greatest warrior in the cosmos, surely. What, you don't believe in me? Have
No,
I not
no,
proved myself a
no.
truly spectacular being capable of grace and elegance on the battlefield?
You absolutely have. That's
I
not.
certainly have not. You're lying right to my mask.
I think you could
We're all
definitely
still.
hear a chuckle from across the room.
We're all still breathing, so I count it as such. But
Sure.
I'm.
I guess I did
I'm.
pull you out of that vent before
Yes,
my appearance.
but I'm more of just. I just can't believe that that's a possibility that someone can do it. It's nothing to do with you or your character. I'm just like, damn, that would be crazy to have the power of a sun or a star or something like that. I mean, you would have light itself at your fingertips.
That's the dream.
Is that why you're doing all this?
No.
To prove yourself? It's not.
No. Sorry, when you say all this, do you mean treasure hunting in Nebula X or taking up the mantle of a galactic hero?
Well, specifically, I was gonna say treasure hunting, but I would like to know the answer to both.
All right. Well, the latter is going to paint me in a poor light. Dahlia was in need of protection and sought me out as a means of keeping herself safe. I became a galactic hero because it was the best way to do that. For protection, for security. As to the other question, I think it's fair to say that Dahlia's desire to stop having to work for a living promised great danger in the process and brought me along for self-defense purposes.
Do you and Dahlia disagree on this mission?
There's a sort of hiss that comes out of the helmet that you can see is like the filters in the microphones trying to process just a prolonged sigh.
Mhm.
It's not that simple. I share a big picture with her. We both want the same thing. If I were out in the stars all day, every day, the way that we went about our goal would probably be different. But Dahlia being our main means of interface with reality at large has put certain restrictions and limitations on what we have access and opportunity for.
Booker kind of looks over, like, the mask, and he just goes, "Do you ever take that helmet off?"
Oh, sure. I mean, like, I guess not often, huh? Yeah, I do. I'm capable. I'm not necessarily bound or anything. But I guess I've just had little need to. I'm often called upon in moments where some extra protection around the old dome could go further than the ability for my allies to see the twitching of my nose.
That sounds exhausting. To only exist with a fight.
It's what's needed.
Well, I hope we figure something out. And you
I
can have a day where you're existing without having to punch something or rescue somebody.
guess there's not any reason I can't come out at least for a little while on the ship. But generally speaking, I don't want to burn up my time and leave you all defenseless. Speaking of my time, I should be off.
Well, it was good talking to you, Aquamarine.
Yes, you as well. I am. Yes. And she will jog away. Jog through the galley. Some minute or so later, Dahlia walks back into the crew quarters where people are just making space. Dahlia will actually go up to Booker, and if you're still sitting there,
Yeah.
and say, I wish that things could be different too.
He smiles and he just goes, nothing's impossible.
She's already stronger than when we started this hunt. She can stay out longer. So we're hopefully making some good progress.
See? It is possible.
Imagine anything is. It's a big galaxy.
Do you feel the pain that she felt earlier? Or does it go away when you turn back into you?
I bear witness to and experience some detached version of the harm that she incurs during battle when she's psychically blasted. I can feel it at the fringes of my consciousness as well, but the lingering wounds do not subsist. Our forms are separate in that way. Harm that I receive is not given to her, and vice versa.
That's good. I don't know if she said you guys kind of remember what each other went through. I don't know if you remember, but Dr. Thorne says he wants to maybe do surgery or scan you or something. If you decide to do that, can you let me or somebody else know? I don't trust him. I feel like somebody else should be in the room if that's gonna happen.
Yes, I'd be honored if you would escort me to the med bay to see if someone placed a tracking device in me via my magically bonded belt girl.
Yeah, he has files on us, and I just don't, something about that worries me.
She'll just extend her pinky finger out towards Booker to walk her to the med bay.
Oh, right now.
I don't know.
Okay.
Is there a weird metal thing inside me?
Oh, you're right. And he he jumps off the bunk, and kind of hesitates and then takes your pinky finger and then walks you in that direction.
Yippee skippy. Off we pop.
I think Ariana was also doing something.
Yes. I wonder if
Sounds.
she's still there when we get there.
I think she's going to the maintenance hub.
Yeah, I was heading down to engineering to see if I could find shit, what was his name?
Gizmo.
Gizmo.
And probably not. I hope she finds what she's looking for. Does she? I'm on pins and needles here, Dungeon Master.
At the moment, before we get into that, Eliora and the brothers, what are you guys doing in your downtime here? Since no one needed emergency medical care.
Well, because Val saw the pods and didn't like the idea of getting in one, he has foregone medicine and will just recover through a long rest.
That's what
So
Booker's
currently, he's almost just for funsies. He looks like a mini Val. He's shrunk, still a big head, but because the mass he lost in the fight, he's just smaller. So he's hanging out near his brothers while he recovers.
Fair enough.
I know Aaron isn't here right now. I don't know if Noct is here though.
I'm just waiting for a long rest.
Oh, sorry. He's here. Kind of. He's here through chat. Oh. Well, maybe you shouldn't be here, sir.
Didn't get healing last time.
Didn't get enough healing last time.
I didn't heal him. I just carried him.
Yeah, I suppose we're just huddled and resting right now. Not even a lot of talking likely happening right now. Just going over thoughts and memories and staying in our little corner.
Fair enough. Eliora.
Hmm?
Was there something specific you were doing?
That's part of the thoughts and memories, yes.
Just chilling, laying down, sleeping, maybe.
Was this your first time wild shaping?
If
I imagine that probably took a lot out of you then. All right. And then we will follow back around to Ariana.
I was gonna say we can get back to that when I have my other brothers both fully here to go over with.
Right. Ariana, you're wandering down to, of course, the engineering bay looking for a funky little gizmo. While you're down there, you can hear things kind of like crashing around a little bit inside of the maintenance hub. The doors are still sealed in front of you, though.
I was gonna try knocking on the doors.
At first, you'll kind of hear like immediate silence, and there's a weird like hesitation before all the clamoring happens again.
Gizmo, you in there?
There's another weird brief pause before the doors open up, and Gizmo's just standing there, very small, in the doorway, looking up at you. Yes?
Thorn said I should probably talk to you to see if maybe you could come up with something to help me fly again.
Huh? Oh. He begins circling you kind of like a cat, and his, his little hand on his chin there as he kind of ponders several different ways that he could do something to you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. Well. Oh. And he's kind of begins like taking measurements with his hands almost. And you kind of see him for a brief moment think, oh, no. And he goes and scurries along inside. Come, come. There's much we have to discuss first.
I'm gonna go inside with him. Oh, and would it be your level of expertise or more Iron Jaw for working on weapons?
Oh, weapons. Were you looking to install, or were you looking for more general weapons expertise?
I'm gonna just pull out the one pistol I have and be like, I want to make something that's not this. I need something bigger.
Oh, very good. Well, I certainly could collaborate on an idea of this kind, but as far as operation goes, well, quite frankly, that's Nyx's department. Although, I would take care if you're gonna go talk to her. She doesn't exactly, mingle much.
Ooh,
Oh, yes, Nyx. She's our resident weaponsmith. She is a whiz at a crack shot at just about anything. Um, I just and he kind of like starts looking around the room as if she'd been standing there the whole time, and he's like, "Eh, I'm not quite sure where she is." Um, well, you might be able to find her in the weapons bay, but I will get her started right away. Do you mind if I take this for a moment? And he like grabs the pistol immediately off the table.
yeah. It's less doing stuff to that pistol, more, I need to make a rifle.
Oh, that certainly is in Nyx's expertise.
In Oriana's mind, she's like, I hope he's not just schizophrenic.
Well, if you give me just a few days, I will be able to configure this into quite a rifle. Did you have anything in mind in particular for projectiles? I was thinking lasers. He's just staring at you with these huge round orb eyes.
Well, laser works. Even good old fashioned lead spewing is fine, but laser would probably be better for long run, long time, up times and different various combats.
Well, I mean, Ironjaw himself, his cannon, it fires, well, energy, not so much laser, but there's a lot we could do with this. I mean, there's a lot I
Just
have
thinking,
hand around here, I'm sure. And he begins rummaging through various tools and odds and ends. Just pieces of hunks of metal being chucked across the room. as he's looking through all of his things.
Should probably preface this as a long-range rifle design.
Yes. And you see him pull out like a piece, just a straight pipe, and he's like, and he like places it on the table, begins rummaging through. Well, I might not have something immediately for laser, but doesn't mean we can't get any. Well, I will be definitely looking into this for you. Would you be needing any kind of sights on this of any kind, any scope, or I would assume some kind of magnification?
Yeah, scope will say, could you do something that could go between 4 to 8?
4 to 8. Absolutely. What a well decent medium range. Going forth, would there be anything else that you may need?
No, other than whatever crazy measurements you may need to take of me to manage the whole flying thing. I think that's really about it. If there's any modifications on the pistol, I'll just end up doing those myself.
Very well. Let's see here. Ah, yes, here it is. And he pulls out just a rusty basic tape measure. Well, it's not going to be perfect, but it'll do for starting a mock-ups. And as he's pulling along this metal tape measure across your body, he's like jumping to push your arms out so they outstretch. Well, and begins measuring the length of your existing wing. And then begins measuring the width as well as each individual feather that he can at least get his hands on. And then there's a slight pluck as he pulls one of your feathers from your wing. Do you mind if I hold on to this for a little bit? It will help with the perspective.
Yeah, no issues there. There's gonna be a slight, wince at the fact that there was a once good feather now plucked from her wing.
He pulls down his goggles and begins inspecting it like it's a fine jewelry. Ah, wow, so intricately designed. You make these yourself?
I'm an Howden, so yes, they grow.
I can see that. Very well. I will begin drawing up a few things here in just a few moments. If it works better for you, I'd be happy to come find you again once I'm finished. Yes?
Yeah, I've got a few days of resting ahead of me anyway, so.
Ah, yes. Would that impede your flight by any chance? Should we preemptively, very presumptuously, take a experimental flight?
I never really followed what a doctor told me 100% of the time anyway, so.
Ah, perfect.
No.
Great. Well, I will come find you immediately once we have something to work off of.
All right, are we around?
I'll know where to find you. Immediately just starts going to town and taking measurements of the barrel of what he hopes to turn into the rifle. It's just a straight piece of plumbing pipe. There's nothing special about it. This is just a discarded piece of whatever maybe project he might have been working on. Could also just be a discarded piece of maintenance he had saved for the ship. And he begins also taking extra care into his blueprints here as he marks down perfectly the length of your feather that he had plucked from you. You see him start sketching out a few different ideas before immediately Xing them out and pulling up new sheets. He goes through about a handful of them as you're kind of just backing out of the maintenance hub. Yeah, he is going to be working pretty diligently on something here for you.
I just gave that man something to do. And then with that, Ariana's just gonna, after slowly backing away, just go right back up to the crew quarters and just go lay down.
That's valid. All right, then we will shoot back over to Booker and Dahlia in the med bay. As you walk in, you would kind of see Thorn sitting at his desk. He's got a magnification. What the fuck did I just say? He's got a microscope out. It is magnifying. That is true. That is what it does. And he's got on there is a slide, and there is a small droplet of red substance that he is intensely looking at, and slowly jotting down notes, but he's not even looking at the notepad as he does so it's very sloppy. It doesn't, I'm not sure half of those are words. Half of them didn't make it onto the paper. And he kind of goes back and forth between as you guys walk in, he doesn't actually even notice that you guys had walked in initially.
Excuse me. Do I have a metal thing inside me?
And he backs up from the microscope and puts his glasses back on. Oh, yes. Well, actually, I don't know. You're friended, so I'm not sure. Well, they didn't seem to think that you guys shared physiological bodies, so, or biological
Not
properties.
generally.
But I thought I would at least take a look, if you don't mind.
Yes, things have been rather weird lately. I would very much appreciate the peace of mind of a further examination.
All right, very well. He stands up from his little rolly stool, and walks you back over to where the pods are. All right. Well, I had I'm sorry. What was your friend's name here?
Aquamarine.
Ah, yes, absolutely. He rummages through his files and scratches out the label he had on it, and you see him jot down Aquamarine. Okay.
What was
well,
written before? What did he cross out?
honestly, it just wrote Kalgoshi specimen.
Specimen.
Comma tall.
Comma tall one. Yeah, so scratches it out. And just big full capitals Aquamarine. Yep. Well, this is the pods. I believe this is probably your first time in here. This is your first time in here, right?
As far as I'm aware.
Okay, great. So what you're gonna do is I just need you to step inside, and it's gonna get a little weird, but don't mind that. Just a little measurement of oxygen and pressure in there, and we'll see how your lungs take it. He
Weird
looks back.
how?
Nothing weird is gonna touch you or anything like that. It's just gonna run a few tests. And he keeps looking down at his clipboard, but as he's looking down at it, Booker, you would notice over his shoulder, these are not these are Aquamarine's results that he's looking at.
I mean, I doubt, but do I understand any of it?
Not likely. I mean, you can roll like an intelligence check or a medicine check if you would like to try to see if you can understand some of it.
9.
A 9 is gonna get you like the basics, basic vitals, heart rate, blood pressure, things that words you've seen before. But as far as his very interesting jotted in nondescript sequence of words under his notes in the notes box, nothing that jumps out at you as being like alarming or anything like that.
Okay. Does the vitals that I do see from just basic information, do they seem normal?
Depends on what you define as normal. As far as what you would know to be rather normal vitals, these don't look exactly like it, but it doesn't seem like there's it's so close that it doesn't seem out of the norm. There are a
There's
few
like some
yeah, like
there's like some
elevated
wiggle
heart
room.
rate and things like that. Things that you wouldn't normally consider them odd. But definitely not how you would think it would be based off of a
Not my vitals.
right, not your vitals.
Yeah. Understood.
Well, Dahlia, do you step inside the pod?
Sure.
Exactly the kind of answer that I could only assume. Stepping inside, things feel a little funny, but the test nonetheless the same. You're able to feel the pressurization change. However, as he's running through, he's looking more so at each test and noticing that things are looking relatively the same in terms of he pulls another file and the vitals are all reading relatively normal. And he runs through and he begins kind of there's a puzzled look on his face as he kind of runs through each one, and he begins to look at you through the glass momentarily before taking a few other notes of himself. And as the pod finishes its scan and its testing, the seals break and it opens, and you feel almost like the pod was doing only half the probing that this man's eyes are doing, as it seems like he's trying to put together a puzzle he can't quite understand. Would it be a little intrusive of me to ask for a blood sample?
Booker
Probably.
just looks at Dahlia and gives us head shake.
Why?
Well, primarily I'm curious as to how the two entities of yourselves, Aquamarine and yourself, are able to exist together
I see.
and yet not together.
This is a field which will have to remain from further study for the time being for everyone's safety.
Can I insight check this dude?
Sure.
Damn it. That's a big old 3.
Yeah. I mean, on the surface, relatively what he's saying is valid. He is very curious as to how the two beings are able to coexist amongst the same plane at different times. However, is that all he wants to know? I mean,
Uh-huh.
his face is not very hidden in that aspect, but it doesn't seem like he has really any ulterior motives outside of that on the surface.
Mhm.
Hmm. Very well. Well, your vitals seem normal, and whatever that nondescript anomaly was that we found in your friend, it's not here, which is a good thing. Well, it's a good thing for you, I suppose.
I would have to assume so, yes.
And you're sure, as far as you know, they cannot physically manifest without you, correct?
That is the extent of my understanding, yes.
Hmm. Okay. Well, then it is but a waiting game, or whenever they are here again, we will hopefully be able to remove it safely. But you done surgery on one kind of a species, you kind of done surgery on all of them. Based on the scans, I'm able to look into
No,
everything in vital wise
sorry.
inside, so
No,
I'll
hold
know
on.
where everything
That's
is.
wrong. You know how different my spine is from Booker's to be able to support two rails?
Oh,
I was gonna say, there's no way that's true.
hi.
Don't
Val would
trust-
also like disagree with that statement.
I don't trust this doctor. I don't.
Everyone's got vitals, that's fine.
Even that isn't true. Nox is on the ship.
Technically, we don't actually even know if Val even has organs, so. No,
I'm
it's
doing just
fine.
fine.
Everything's fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Are
I
you?
could use a little sleep, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I could use a little sleep.
What is all that hooting and hollering going on over there?
Well, this has been very informative. Are we done with all the testing and all that?
Yeah, like I said, if you get to a point where you are comfortable with some blood samples, I'd be happy to look into a few things. Maybe seeing if we can't have you two at the same time. I mean, that would make the most sense to compare. But I mean, obviously, we won't proceed with anything without authorization.
We'll be off then. Thanks for, I guess all that you've done.
Yeah, I suppose that's it. He kind of like puts his hands in the front parts of his lab coat.
Booker just kind of slowly backs away and kind of beckons Dahlia.
Oh, yes.
Um, that that metal thing in you, it wouldn't be the gem or your belt or anything like that, right?
I don't believe so. Uh, we can sort of decide what gear comes and goes whenever we pick a vessel to sort of draw forth. Uh, she takes a few moments. Her form like briefly flashes and shifts, without solidly changing or cementing, and dropping from about a foot in front of her outstretched hands. Um, Aquamarine's staff lands in both of her hands. This is, and like that whole process took about 12 seconds of dedicated effort just to draw forth a magic stick. That's about the extent of what we can of what I can do, is just, call her forth, send her away. She leaves a stick behind. I have a stick now. And so
Booker's eyes go wide and he goes, wait a second. So if I gave you something and you
right.
turned into Aquamarine,
Uh-huh.
would that thing vanish from like reality until you came back?
Oh, sure. Same way it would if Eliora turns into a beast, I'm sure. Just sort
Huh.
of shunted elsewhere. Why? Do you have some sort of relic that needs safekeeping?
Uh, well, I was gonna say
Oh, you were
no, but
serious.
no. Well, I was gonna say no, but then I was also like, remember that chip I showed you? But actually, I'm gonna keep that on my pocket. But I was thinking if we were ever in a situation where we needed to, I don't know, hide an object, and you could kind of disappear it, I guess, if you needed to transform an aquamarine to some
Yes.
capacity.
Yes. That would be
Interesting.
ostensibly doable.
Above
And then you
board.
can
That's
summon
kind
it.
of spooky.
You can still summon it though in your
Not easily. I'm
not easily,
I'm
yeah.
not magic. I'm
It would take 2 rounds of
connected.
combat for you to bring it back.
Yeah. One
Understood.
to pull Aquamarine to the front, one for her to toss something to me, as it were.
Well, that's really cool. A neat trick. But
Her
you don't think
oh,
that it's
go on.
the sorry, you don't think that it's the gem though inside of her.
It shouldn't be. It's metal, and the gem is definitely a a beryl, like an actual aquamarine. The composition is not of metal. If there's a piece of something or other in there, it is present without my or her understanding of how or what or why.
And question for Morgan, is the belt visible when aquamarine is present, or it disappears with the armor?
The belt that Dahlia wears is not the same, but the gem housed within is contained on Aquamarine's uniform.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's really the gem that's like the
Yes.
connection. Okay, I understood.
The belt is there to keep the gem accessible
Right.
and fashionably displayed.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it wouldn't be inside of aquamarine then because we see it while aquamarine. Okay. And also it's the
Right.
wrong. type of thing. Okay. Huh. Do you think that I don't get the best feeling with Dr. Thorne, especially since I'm pretty sure on our first day on the ship we were told like, hey, only go to him for medical emergencies type thing. Um but what do you think? Do you think you need to get that checked out as soon as possible?
I I have an idea that I might be able to Oh, this is a terrible, terrifying idea. But it seems more trustworthy, at least, than dealing more with our sawbones here. Tomorrow, perhaps with Eliora and whoever else is willing to encourage this terrible idea, could gather around, and then we could try a bit of. Dahlia grins very uncomfortably. Magical self-surgery?
Ooh,
Oh,
sounds fun.
I don't know if that's a good. Well, maybe no one has like an X-ray spell or anything like that.
I don't. Uh, my understanding of Aquamarine's repertoire is such that X-rays are beyond it. Uh, we can certainly ask around as part of prep for this attempt to supersede our ship's surgeon. But either way, it would need to be after a good night's rest to call upon her for such a process.
Right.
I, you know, Eliora shuffled off to bed, and I don't know if it was mine. Guess I'll see when I get back to the ship. I don't know how often she wants to make use of our whole sleeping arrangement deal. But Val seems suitably catatonic in that sibling pile. So at least one of my two expected nightly visitors won't be around. Would you be up for a sleepover? Assuming we don't open the door and Eliora has wadded every blanket on my bed into some sort of massive nightmare creature.
Um, what are you having people just sleep over in your room?
Eliora shares my bed in exchange for me getting her magical good sleep crystals. And I'm teaching Val sign language.
Okay.
Phrasing there.
That sounds like a party. Um, maybe maybe another time. But
By
I
all
appreciate the
means.
offer.
Well then, I'll be off to my pod. Seems as though many of the other folk are already hunkering down for the night. Sleep well,
Sounds
friend.
good. You too. And you say you can't talk to Aquamarine, but if for some reason you could, or she can hear me or whatever, sleep well. He just kind of says outwardly.
Yeah,
And then,
Dahlia just sort of like flicks the ear atop her head to indicate, like, yeah, there's a air of listening and awareness.
He kind of smiles and nods and heads back to his room. Or his bunk.
Where's Eliora sleeping?
In a bed.
Fair enough. In Dahlia's room or in the crew quarters?
She could go to Dahlia's room if you wanted her to.
She went to bed before I did. Wherever she went to bed is her prerogative.
Right now she's in the crew quarters. That's Foxyora. She's a little fox right now.
Lovely. Then yeah,
She
Dahlia
figured
will.
being Elkiora would be too much in that small quarters.
It's fair. Any bed is a double wide when you can shift down to a third of your already tiny stature.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming you are such a tiny fox. It might not be scaled appropriately. You might be about the same size.
Probably.
I assume the night passes, Dungeon Master, unless anyone else has things they were doing tonight. I know a majority of us announced long rest intentions.
All right. Then the night passes. Everyone has got a successful
Val
time.
doesn't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oop.
No, go
He'd
ahead.
just be going, and I can make a history check. Does it seem on par for our not so friendly Arcani Concord to do this kind of shit? To just one day seem to be interested in you and not necessarily as allies, but almost, and the next decide one of you has to go? Like with their brief interactions they've had with them?
You can most certainly roll a history check. This will be very interesting.
Because in Val's head, he's trying to determine whether he writes them off as a threat completely or whether this is an individual element that, well, won't matter. It's a 10.
Well, I mean, this is what I'll give you with a 10. I will let you know that there are strong feelings, familial feelings amongst the Concord that you can not necessarily remember, but feel in a sense, not in a literal sense, but based on just intellectual finds that you have experienced, that you do have memories of, it does feel a little skeptic. There are weird discrepancies here that don't quite make a whole lot of sense based on your interactions that you've had thus far.
Okay, so something's
Val is a little
not
conflicted.
adding up along with the usual not
Right.
adding up.
That's correct.
Okay, so on guard but not completely attack on sight. Got it. 'Cause that's what he was contemplating. Is he was deciding whether he's like these are a threat to his siblings and he needs to kill them before they can do anything, or if he should at the very least hear them out.
Right.
But yeah, that's all he does pretty much throughout the entire night is just thinking.
As one does.
And I guess shadows start to accumulate as he rebuilds mass.
That's fair.
A little
Nox,
unsettling for anybody that's awake.
Nox, you don't sleep at all either. What would you be
I
doing
sleep.
in the night?
I sleep
Oh.
for roughly what is it?
You actually don't enter a sleep. You don't go unconscious.
I don't go unconscious, but I go into like a rest state for like I forgot how long it is.
Yeah. It's the way for Warforged, you're basically your brain is still functioning and completely, and you can still see. You can look around with your eyes. You're in power saver mode.
Sentry, I think it's called. Sometimes I just like to count the seconds as they go by.
Oh God.
Well, that doesn't feel pleasant.
Okay, well this one's already fucking insane.
But I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your time.
Oh yeah, sentries rest. Whenever you take a long rest, you must spend at least 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state. Rather than sleeping in the state, you appear inert, but doesn't render you unconscious. You can see and hear as normal. So yeah, I'm just listening to the space wind as the seconds pass by.
Not the
Space
space
wind.
wind.
I want you to know that we said that at the same fucking time, babe.
Fucking
Gross.
space wind.
I don't know, little pebbles plinking on our hull, and I just imagine it's very peaceful. Is there a window I can gaze out of longingly?
I thought you were gonna say open.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
some fresh air.
Get a fresh air.
You would know if it was open.
I think the crew would know.
That's what I mean. I feel
Everyone, all
like
at once.
everyone would know if there was a window cracked somewhere.
The smaller version of Val just gets sucked out immediately.
Goodbye. Yeah, immediately. All right, we're cracking into the next day here. How's everyone feeling?
Well rested.
The same.
Whole again.
Whole again is crazy, but understandable from your particular state. Is everybody else doing okay?
All things considered.
That's a valid statement. Well, alrighty then. In this
So,
amount of time, yes.
does does one person press like a long rest button and it works for all of us, or how does that work?
You have to press it yourself.
Sweet Angel, you have to press it
Okay,
yourself.
Do I use the 2014 rules or the 2024 rules?
You let me see on your sheet. Because you can
You're gonna
either
recover all your hit dice with your long rest.
2024.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can check the 2024 rules button.
Long rest taken.
That's
That's
weird.
why
I hadn't
the
actually seen
little
that with it.
green box, the little green box that pops up when it says long rest taken, that just like appears in my HUD, and I'm refreshed now. Battery all charged.
Feeling better, buddy?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
plug in at night?
Not the batteries.
Do you
Hey,
have a charging dock?
He's like a fucking Tesla.
hold on.
Plugging into
Charging
the
dock.
wall.
Whatever I do at night, whether it be plugging or not, is none of your business.
Okay,
sir.
hold on. I have to wonder. Do you plug in or do you get plugged into?
That is a
I
That is
feel
a
like the
valid question.
cable is mutual.
I think Val would definitely be the one that has that information.
That is true.
That would be exclusively the one looking for that answer.
Don't plug in, guys, okay? It's more of a solar power thing. I just rest.
But there's no. Hold on.
A ship in the
No,
middle
no.
of space, nowhere near a star.
It's not solar panel. It's like solar panel. I don't actually charge from the sun. It's just more of a I have to stop every so often.
Okay.
Right.
Guys, he's a little embarrassed. He has to get plugged. No.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh, there's a statement. Hey, stream, how you guys doing in these wild times?
I'm not okay. I'm hardly here. Very well. We are on our next day of adventure. Into the road of recovery. I would like to congratulate you all on your long rest, as everyone's looking a little better here, by comparison to how we were feeling before, which arguably wasn't great.
That's fine. I don't know why everybody's all hung up.
You personally, I don't know if that's the right terminology to use, but yeah, yeah. Everyone looks good. Everyone looks great.
I can use that terminology.
Moving into the next day, I guess the main question is if anyone is doing anything specific, garnering, whether that be interaction wise or not. Because if not, we will further advance a few days here.
I do want to try one thing.
Okay.
This terrifying, scary, magical self-surgery
Yeah.
thing. I will. Dahlia making her way to the crew quarters, making sure to inform her intentions to Booker as well as to Eliora and anyone else interested in tagging along.
For what?
The DM is
Oh,
watching
Tag
from the
along.
sky. I am intrigued.
I'll tag
yes.
along.
So there's a strange piece of metal somewhere inside of Aquamarine. And she was going to try to do something about it, and figured it would be handy to have, well, definitely Eliora there, but anyone is certainly welcome to tag along. I certainly know that we've been party to your all means of experimentation and sparring and testing out new technologies and such.
Booker just has like his hands like in his hair, looking extremely stressed out.
Valid.
So you're going to perform self-mutilation.
I'm not entirely certain what will happen.
I vote I should do it.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh.
I'm sorry?
Are you
Yeah,
qualified?
she sounds
Sorry,
like
that
she
was
could use
above
that
board me.
idea.
What steadier hands are that of an android robot
It-
thing?
I was
Val's, who literally has a dex of 19.
Yes, but I have +2 in medicine, so I think we'll be fine.
You know?
Before we start digging around in there, does anyone have
Please.
does anyone have any sort of spell or a way of assessing like an arcana check or anything of that sort to assess what may be inside of her?
I have detect good and evil, or evil and good.
I mean
Oh,
that's
would
not
definitely
bad.
work.
There's a
You should
chance
do
if
that
it is
one.
evil, we'll know that it's not, or we know that it is.
Hasn't he used? You know what? I won't. Go ahead, use it.
Well, I
we'll
think
all
Dahlia has a
yeah,
chance to go
Dahlia will
first.
jog out ahead of everyone else to the galley.
You're a piece
But
of metal.
call anyone who is interested to join her.
Yeah, sure. Val's going.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll go.
Awaiting the group
self-mutilation
in the
should be
galley
fun.
is Aquamarine.
Where's the galley?
It's right next to the crew quarters.
Oh, I'm just blind.
Hello, friends.
Wait, I'm still a fox.
Yeah, that would have worn off in your sleep.
Okay, I'm back.
Right.
New
I
day and
watched
fully
it
recovered.
happen. It was
Ooh.
crazy.
Yeah.
So, Dungeon Master.
Yes.
I don't know. You got my spell list, right?
Yes.
Do you see the that one spell that Aquamarine has? 2 words, concentration spell, range of self, something that might have some interactions with metal.
Huh?
I was thinking I could maybe cast that spell, and if necessary, use that subsequent turn action that spell could take, and just try to force it, for lack of a better word.
Honestly,
Does that sound? Does that
Is-
seem like something that could happen?
that by the reading of this in definition, yes.
Okay.
If you do in fact have Nox in the room, that'll be interesting. Uh
I'll
for
make sure to address that.
uh, uh
I'm just gonna stand
but
right here, bud.
theoretically, yeah, I mean it would in fact technically work.
Okay. I think this could do something, at least. I will first cast Armor of Agathis to get myself 10 temporary hit points. Just to get myself a little buffer for the process.
That, there's nothing wrong with that.
It should be fine. You all watch as Aquamarine slowly the space around her distorts and coalesces. The vacuum and the void of space is condensing in the air around her, such that size is diluted. The cold air of space begins to crisp and frost over as just this extra buffer of matter that seems to be drawing in heat surrounds her. And then she carefully rubs her hands together, her helmet scanning over the whole crowd. Oh, friend Aaron, you might want to step back a bit. I was planning to, Oh, sorry, actually, I guess I don't know. Are you Ferris? That is to say, magnetic.
Oh, you talk about Val?
Sorry, no, not,
Not
Oh, not.
Aaron, right?
Slowly. Just gonna get out of the way.
Huh?
Cool.
Aaron's not in there.
Aaron's still in the sleeping quarters because Dondi isn't here. Dondi's dying.
Sorry, Nox. The Gundam.
Val's gonna go over here and give the medal to Noct, his weapons and shit, and then go back
Oh.
over.
Oh, while we're here, Booker hands you his backpack.
Oh, sweet.
Wow.
After rubbing her hands together, making sure that her robotic ally is out of range, she just turns both of her palms down, and they both begin quivering as the area in the ship around her does at well. And you just feel this wave of distortion begin to roll and pulse out from her. And I will, okay, I guess first start this off when I cast the spell. Willingly save my own, or willingly fail my own saving throw to try to accomplish something or other, and you just see Aquamarine's hand close into a fist and start to slowly push forward as you notice her own abdomen sort of like bucking and seizing in response to this effort, and you hear a groan begin to emanate from her helmet. Oh, lovely! Just 1 point of force damage. Oh, I will still have to maintain concentration. Shouldn't be too difficult, but I will have to roll this. Okay. I imagine a single pull worth 1 point of force damage is not removing anything metal from my body, Dungeon Master.
Not quite.
Do you feel it though inside of you?
Ew. Most
Well, like, could you
likely.
tell that, like, where it was?
Oh yeah, it's I'm pulling on this metal object. It's definitely working. I do so again. And take 5 more points of force damage inside my own guts.
Owie.
Do you just need me to incur X amount of damage before anything happens? Should I also be rolling like medicine checks or anything?
I am rolling on my end.
Copy that, Dungeon Master.
Yep, all good.
How are they looking on health right now?
You see that she is still more vital than you have ever seen her before in your entire life.
Okay.
She's burgeoning and rippling with magical power and determination.
So on my second roll here, after that second bout of damage to yourself, you do manage to have this mass be blasted from your insides in a controlled manner.
Sort of
Controlled, but
she's
not,
definitely
yeah.
pulled.
It's controlled, but not controlled.
You all watch as, with a satisfying seize forward, her hand rips as her fist lunges, the magnetic prowess gathered in her concentrated energy, letting this levitating, gore-covered whatever be extracted and levitate out a couple inches in front of her. Oh! Wow! Okay!
I feel like there was another way we could have done this.
There's never another
I'm fit as a
way.
fiddle, darling. I wouldn't stress this.
What
I'll give
does
the thumbs up.
what does it look like?
Yeah, actually, now that it's out, I don't think anything else needs magnetically fucking with, so I will close the loop on this spell and let my magical energy subside. You should be all right to walk in close. Magnetic fields are regulated. What is this thing?
What you have in your hands as you're kind of looking at it, a kind of gross mess at the current state of it. It is a rather jagged edged, almost like almost pebble sized, but it is metallicized in the sense that there is no plain side to it, if that makes sense, of how many edges are on this. There doesn't seem to be any clear like blinking light or any kind of like antenna or anything on it, which does not signify any kind of tracking device necessarily. But you could roll, any one of you, I guess, in the room could roll a either an intelligence check or an investigation check to try to see if there's anything at least external that you could figure out about it, and or intelligence being what you may or may not already be able to know about it. if there's something.
You're
Uh,
wrong for us to do that.
I'll
No.
slowly draw the object into my hand and then pinching it between middle finger and thumb, flick my wrist out and let all of the gore just kind of shunt off of it as I cast prestidigitation to clean it off to aid in the investigation process now that it's no longer obfuscated by viscera.
Oh, very good.
Do we need to sew you up?
Yeah.
Oh no, I should be fine. You can see the frost is slowly creeping over the small opening that has torn in the suit, and the wound has already sealed up.
Val just pops out of the water canteen in like a rag.
That is a 16 on investigation, Dungeon Master.
All right. And did any of you else? Oh, a few of you guys checked. Okay.
Pretty much almost
5.
everyone.
That's a rock.
It's
It's a rock indeed. Not actually though. It is still very much metal. It's actually not a rock at all.
Rock, metal rock, all the same thing.
Now maybe 20.
Would a guidance help my roll at all, or not make a difference? I rolled a 9.
Eh, it could get you a little more, but not.
would a would a guidance help mine? I got a dirty 20.
I don't
That
want to
it
help
meant.
you.
I don't want to help you.
Why am I gonna help you?
Because at this point,
None
you know
of-
I'm probably the
First
only
off,
other
fuck you.
intelligent
None of you
person in the
talk to
room.
me. So?
What?
I don't know if it's on my end or your end, Wolf, but you totally sounded like a robot for a second there.
That was
Had
my
to be
best.
his end because it was for me too.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. He's just dead. I think he actually just died.
Oh no.
I thought I
Is
heard
that better? I
feverish
don't know if that's
clicking.
better.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Wolf.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
I don't know if that's actually
We
better,
missed
but
you.
Well, I can hear you now. That's the difference.
well, that's always good. Maybe.
I like hearing
Yeah,
you.
I was like, what did I do?
Y'all have
Oh,
been funny.
also,
That's all I need to
Dundee
say.
says he's dying.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
I mean, my guidance is free. It's free to me. Give me a little more information if there's the chance. But knowing me, it's gonna be a 1 because that's how much guidance loves me. Oh shit, it's a 4.
Damn.
I just had to talk shit about guidance. I am up to a 13 now in intelligence.
Oh yeah, I should probably say mine was a investigation for the dirty 20.
See, we weren't even looking for the same thing. What if you get a lot of information for your thing, but my thing gives us something other?
An investigation check is just the same as an intelligence check plus a proficiency that you have in investigation. It's an intelligence-based skill.
Well, I know, but I think CK has said that there is 2 kind of separations though for this, or maybe I
By all means.
misunderstood, which is a possibility.
Yeah, he said intelligence was more based on what you'd already know about some kind of object like that, and investigation would be what like an actual study of the object itself.
You dig in.
or something like that.
I'm not really sure what compelled me to open this letter, and now my brain is full of things that I don't understand. But going over the checks, wow, you somehow got a 4. Okay.
Like I said, I just had to talk shit about the guidance.
I guess. I don't know. I do have to independently look because sometimes this doesn't always tell me what everyone rolled. I can see the numbers, but sometimes it doesn't always tell me what the word is that you are rolling for. But it looks like we've got majority intelligence checks and an investigation check from Eliora and a investigation check from Val. Okay, so I guess we will start with the investigation checks. Val, going over this, I love everyone, just the idea of everyone kind of like taking turns holding this and inspecting it very closely. This interesting, intricate piece of metal. Val, you have seen debris like this before. It's hard to place exactly where, but you have seen it before. I think your earliest memory of it would be that you currently have, of course, would be associated to when you and Aaron had first met, although in a fleeing state. But it is reminiscent of a time where it was rather common, not found in this particular state, but more so in a construction facet. It kind of triggers back to that instance when he first found you in the rubble. As far as intelligence goes, Eliora and Ramiel, you did, I was like that guidance really pooped you up just over. You guys have such varying backgrounds. This is very different. Very different experiences. I don't want to say necessarily that Elior, you would have any very specific distinction in what this necessarily is capable of. Or that it doesn't. To you, it's generically just a piece of metal. I mean, although yes, there are different textures and things like that that you have seen and experienced over your time. However, it's just a piece of material to you, not really much of a descript particular thing. As far as Ramiel, you have meticulously gone through different textiles of all kinds during your time at the bazaar, enough for you to at least have come across materials like it. Never have you seen it in a small granule like this, but in like sheets of material used. Well, I mean, people have sold it for all different kinds of reasons that they say, whether that be for construction use or for hull plating or anything like that. But they would always kind of advertise it as it being somewhat superior to what anybody else would sell. But the problem with that information to you is, and this is where it falling short on a 13 only does so much. That's what everyone advertised it as at the bazaar. Any kind of material, hardened material like that. That's what anyone would want to hear when buying something with structural integrity. Uh, so I mean, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, I guess. I'm sorry, I just saw the gift that was put in there from Eliora. I did not see that before. And then Dahlia / Aquamarine. I'm not sure if you had transformed back.
She's still aquamarine.
Okay. Did you happen to roll for yourself?
Yes, it was a 16.
Okay. Oh yes, that's great. You said that first. Um, great. With a 16, at least for you, the good news is you have definitely seen this kind of material before. This kind of material has been seen across Pellegrino a few times. Much in the way of ships specifically being manufactured out of this material. The good news is this does not define in any way, shape, or form a tracking device, but yet material nonetheless. The real question now is, I'm sure most people are having at the current moment in time, is why would you be seeing it now? Where would this have derived from, considering where you just came from? Nothing seems to line up exactly in that sense. Mhm. So at least like your immediate trigger for this being something divisive is has faded. That's the good news. Bad news
this is
now,
just-
or at least the questioning part, is where did it come from?
So at some point in the past, this was implanted or wedged into me somehow. And now, although it seems to have no clear function, it has been remaining.
It appears that way.
Okay. Any of you got anything?
No.
That's
It
all
just
right.
seems like a you were a very fortunate or unfortunate individual that has a hunk of material inside you.
Well, no longer.
Well, no longer. Yes, that is true.
God. For clarification, uh, we're talking about a piece of metal from ruins or from a research lab. Those would be the two sources I believe that would be nearby for when Val was found by Aaron.
Correct. This would be research lab.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to like point you in the direction of rubble, even though that's what I said.
Well, yeah,
But it was,
there
yeah,
was two things that were torn apart, two distinct
right.
things. So I was
Yeah, it
like,
was more like,
which one of
yeah,
them? Okay.
post extrication.
Yes. Okay.
I was like, that was the important part that I needed you to understand from that part.
And yeah, other than holding it for slightly longer when it was his turn to look at it, he passed it along without saying anything.
Good.
I guess we could show it to somebody.
Sure, we can move this around the other sources and such. The important thing is it's not there anymore. Or at least important from my perspective.
Hey, God.
Yeah.
Can I get an Arcana roll on this thing
Yeah.
to see if there's any kind of any magical or weird, not just just a piece of metal kind of thing information?
You can
Are you
certainly
fucking
roll.
kidding me?
You're certainly not going to find anything.
I can
with
certainly
that
roll. I'll burn my inspiration on there. There we go. That's better. 25?
It wasn't loading at first. I only saw the one.
Yeah,
I was like, no
same.
fucking way.
The duality is absolutely crazy. I was like, if you rolled a natural one, surely there's no way it could be worse. I just didn't think
But
it
it
would
could be.
course correct that way. You wanted +1? Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted anything but 1. Okay. Well, on a 25 is crazy. I mean, I was gonna make the DC high, but I didn't think you would get there necessarily. Um, yeah, there's a little something in there.
Cool.
That's all
That's
you got.
horrifying that a 25 got you a little something.
Listen, anything below that was gonna get you absolutely nothing.
That's why I'm saying it's horrifying, because that's a 25. That's pretty fucking high for our levels.
Yeah.
Would you, before we start showing it around, would you be opposed if I spent just a little more time with it? Maybe trying to figure it out more?
She'll toss it to you underhanded and say, "All yours, mate, long as it doesn't go back in me."
Don't worry, don't plan on putting anything inside of you.
Oh. We do not need any friendly fire. At least not in this party. Not after how much work we just did on that long rest.
Yeah. I suppose if there won't be anything else to do, Ramiel will probably head back to his bunk with the shard and try to study it a little bit longer.
Very good.
I got it out. That was all I had planned. We can certainly jump ahead as far as is necessary.
I will be, if they're skipping days, Val will be visiting Dolly on occasion. I want to, above board ending character, get this sign language down.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
I would.
Just-
Okay, you go.
Oh, you're good. I was just gonna say, just visiting in sign language and listening to music, whatever Dahlia happens to play.
I would like to, at some point during these next few days, approach Ramiel's little tent. Well, when there's like no one else in the crew quarters, and kind of peek in and go, Fleetwood Mac, huh?
I think at this point he probably would be a little bit caught off guard. Which is fun. um can I help you?
Oh, I thought I'm confessing. I'm the one that dug through all your shit.
Yes, that was obvious. Continue.
I I wanted to. Well, first I wanted to thank you for bringing me back. And I wanted to explain myself. The reason why I dug through your shit in the first place was because your little friend stole something of mine. And I thought that it would be here. And it wasn't. And so I want to apologize for that. I tried to put things back the way that they were. I'm not sure I did a good job.
If
You've
you're trying to pretend that you did not look through it, yes, you did a terrible job. But if you wanted to get caught, you did perfect.
I wasn't super concerned about getting caught, but I did try to put it somewhat back together. So yeah, I don't think I'm cut out for that. But
No, don't quit your day job.
this is my day job. So um, later though, your friend, pet, whatever he is,
Business partner.
business partner, uh, he and Booker reaches into his pocket and he pulls out his lighter and he flicks it open and sparks it. He gave it back to me. And I tried to tell him that he could keep it at that point, but I don't know, he let me keep it.
I
And
think it's because he's still awaiting payment.
Ah.
And I would say Lucifer is probably actively trying to crawl into Booker's pocket in search for any kind of food.
yeah, what kind of payment would he be looking for?
He takes anything credits, or if you happen to have a snack.
I'll be on the lookout. The reason why I'm saying all this is because I want to ask you a question and I want everything to be above board. It's clear you don't trust this team. It's clear you don't trust anyone. And I want to try to convince you to not be that way.
Okay. And how do you propose you would do something like that?
Can I tell you a story?
Sure.
One time there was this kid who was all alone, and he had nothing, and he had no one. And he was found by some people who took him in. They taught him how to be. They taught him to believe in something. And one day he decided, you know what? Maybe there's something else out there. Maybe there's something better. And he left. And he didn't find something better. He found something worse. And that worse just got worse. Person I'm talking about is me, by the way. I don't know if that's understandable.
No, that is obvious, but no, continue.
And I know you don't believe in what I believe at all. But having that faith, it put me on the right path. I think it made me believe in something greater than myself. And when I left it, I don't know, I became kind of selfish. And I got kind of I got put in bad situations, and I accumulated a debt. And that debt continued, and I probably have already told you, but the reason I'm here is to get rid of that debt. Not to continue accumulating debt, but to start over. Because I've realized that I don't want that life. I want to start fresh. I want to find something actually better. And I can't do that if I accumulate more debt along the way. And I'm not talking about money. Well, there is money, but I'm talking about the kind of debt in your soul. And I don't know if you believe in a soul, but I still believe that everyone has one. And everyone on this ship, I know we don't know each other, and we all got secrets. But every one of them has saved my life in some way. And maybe that's not enough time to trust people, but I have to choose to trust this team, these people. They've done good for me. I have to believe they're going to keep doing good for me, and I want to do good back. And that includes you. And maybe you're just doing it just to survive. But I think maybe when I talk about loneliness, when I talk about not having anybody, I look at you and I see somebody who has probably been alone for a long time. You could choose not to be. The people here, I think there's some really special people here. And I think you're one of them. And I think if you chose truly to change, or if you even considered it, we would be happy to have you. Truly. You can keep looking for a future in your cards. But I think your real future is standing right in front of you. Standing on the ship. Now, you might not believe anything that I just said to you. You probably don't. I'm probably preaching to a brick wall. But I'm hoping, because I have to hope for myself and my ability to change, I'm hoping that that ability is in you. Just think about it. And hope.
I think there would be definitely a bit of a pause from Ramiel. There, facial wise, there wouldn't be much of a shift in expression, but before, if Booker was going to leave,
Mhm.
I think there might be something that you could do to earn your trust, or to earn my trust.
He stops and he turns back. What would that be?
I am in a bit of a search. I
Search.
lost something years ago, and I would like to reclaim that.
All right. What would it be?
My full magical abilities.
Are you saying you think that this mission would solve that search?
I think it would have the potential to.
What do you need from me?
There will be situations in which, if we were to visit other planets or worlds, I am looking for objects that have a bit of potency to it. Energy, magic, whatever you would like to think of it. I believe that some of these relics could help me pinpoint exactly where I lost my full magical ability. And so, when I need assistance, if you would be willing to help me acquire these objects, we could start building a sort of trust with one another.
Booker kind of thinks and he kind of nods. So you're just asking for my help. And he kind of smiles.
Yes, if you would like to see it like that, I am asking for your help. In exchange, you gain my trust.
Sounds like a pretty good deal. And he holds out his hand up at Ramiel.
Is it a deal you are willing to make?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to give you a handshake to like confirm it, you know.
Oh no, this is a verbal confirmation.
Well, yours can be a verbal confirmation. I need a handshake.
Oh, there will be a handshake. um, and with that handshake, I am also going to be casting Binding Pledge.
Oh shit. What does that do?
When you cast a spell, a willing creature within range makes a promise, swears an oath, or enters into a contract. For the duration of the spell, you immediately know if the creature breaks the promise, oath, or contract.
Do I
From
roll
there,
anything or no? It's
no,
just
you don't
automatic.
have to roll anything.
Would I notice? Do I notice this happen?
Oh, there's a verbosomatic. Absolutely, yes.
Okay. What and what was that exactly?
It was the confirmation of our agreement.
Well, it sounded like you were like casting a spell or something like that.
Well, shut the fuck up. Get out of here. Sorry. I was really trying to hold back that laugh. Yes, it is a spell. It is so that you are true to your word and do not break your promise. And in turn, I also do not break my promise.
It's not too bad. He just kind of smiles.
Of course.
Yes,
do something
shake
to hurt
the
you.
horse in his hand.
I'm ready.
um. So when does the trust start?
We just made the agreement. Why don't we give it a couple of days?
Okay. Let me know if
Besides,
you
what
need
are
anything.
you even really looking for in this whole trust thing?
Like I said, I'm looking for proof that people can change, and that's
Well,
worth
people
more to
can
me than you know.
change. They can change in many, many different directions.
Change for the good. All right. Well, have fun with your little device. Let us know
Oh,
if you
Someone
find
needs to
anything out.
flake holy water on this person over here.
gladly. I have some in the bag. Would you like to try?
Okay.
I think I need you to take a sip first.
As Booker leaves, he as he walks out of the little tent thing, he gives like a little 2-finger salute, and he goes, "See you around, cards." Walks out.
And Ramio would continue studying that fun little thing.
I'll have you know, the moment a deal even was starting to come up, I had the GIF and the fucking sentence ready.
Don't bully me like this, Wolf.
And it's just the
Let me
fact that
finish the scene before you do this.
all three of us chime in with the GIF.
God forbid. I hold a man to his word.
Never went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. Fuck.
If I was able to steal souls, I would have done so already. God.
And always start small.
One day.
A promise made, a pact formed, a deal. Wow. A deal's been made at least. That's
Someone has to get
worrying.
this poor boy a handler, because that was the most dangerous thing he could have done. Thank God it was with the healer of the ship, right?
All right.
Well, we've seen some self mutilation / autopsy / surgery, some sketchy deals.
There was no sketchy deal.
This is
I
some
feel like
great
it was a good,
downtime.
honest deal.
Classic D&D downtime.
Classic. I
Yeah.
think this is actually by far the strangest one I've been a part of. There was a little
Friendships are
bit of
being made.
something for everyone in here.
Every flavor.
Absolutely.
I was
I
going
didn't
for
get to
mint
kill
chocolate
nothing.
chip.
No.
Well, that's true.
It's never too late.
I mean,
It's
I
never
said
too
we don't need any friendly fire. I never said technically you can't do it.
Why not?
The friendliest fire would just be to put a hole in the ship, right?
Oh,
Long
goodbye,
match? Question
everyone.
mark?
New campaign. We're now zombies in space. Huh?
We.
Well, sorry, everyone but you and I, really.
Yeah, that would be
Actually,
bizarre.
well, no, I won't say nothing. But it wouldn't be just us, I don't think. Meow.
I don't know what's wrong with her. I'm sorry.
He has problems.
It's our cats. They do that too. You just don't hear it as much because I have a fan next to my mic, and that's why I had to turn it up because it's blocking out as much noise as it can.
Valid. All right. I will leave us on a few little clips, some fun scenes here. This is kind of amidst one of the night. Yeah, everything is itchy. If anyone is near the med bay during this taking place, Dr. Thorne is at work. I guess we'll do a show of hands of who would be kind of. I mean, maybe some of you are prying, but keeping eyes and ears out in that direction.
I'm always keeping eyes and ears out.
Do you have ears?
Yes, I have ears. Not traditional ears, but ears. I can hear.
I was like, are they like antenna thing that just pick up vibrations and signals? Well, that's technically kind of what ears are,
Yeah,
but
that's
still.
hearing. That's all hearing is.
I think yours do a little bit more than the rest of ours, but okay.
Echolocation and hearing and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically, even if you were in the crew quarters here, just kind of getting ready for bed, or some of you are already sleeping, you would hear minor, like metal clinking from the med bay, which may or may not stir some of you. Those listening in, you would hear, Gizmo's voice actually. Doc, there seems to be a minor issue. The medstim regulator got cooked during liftoff. But if I route power through the auxiliary coolant relay, we might avoid frying anyone's nervous system. Well, it wasn't a problem before, Gizmo. I don't think anyone here is going to want to hear the word might. Oh, well, right. And there's more metal jumbling together here. interesting sounds of a blowtorch being lit, as Gizmo is, one can only hope, putting this back together. There's a bit of silence before Gizmo says, after his meddling and maintenance is complete, hey, Doc, they did good down there. Yep, they did. Surprisingly. Wasn't really sure if they were going to live or not, but, I mean, kind of a gamble every time they leave the ship, though, am I right? Well, I suppose I don't want to see any of those kids get hurt. Yeah, well, they're technically their liabilities, but I guess it is both of our jobs to make sure that they are in one piece, so to speak, right? Well, I suppose we work in two very similar yet different fields. But what of the bird? We were meant to. Bird? Yes. We weren't supposed to do anything. I told them to go talk to you. Oh, yeah. Well, just was wondering if you had, any tricks up your sleeve from the old days. I was strictly told by not only Zara, but also the law to not do that anymore. That's true. But you do stuff anyway? Yeah. No, I don't anymore. We don't need any more of that kind of trouble on us. We've already got too many eyes, it looks like. Did Echo come up with any other transmissions, anything like that from that place that we just left? Well, not that I've been able to see, but she's hoping to have more by the morning. Well, I guess we can really only wait till then. I suppose you're right. There is another brief pause as it sounds like Gizmo leaving out the main door here. Before you hear his voice a little distant coming back through. Have you seen Nyx at all? Or I'm getting worried that she's been a little off. She's fine, Gizmo. She's always on site, but that's it's a bag of thorns you don't want to reach your hand into. But do you think that mentally she's ready? She'll be fine. We've gone over every test, everything possible. Everything checks out. I wouldn't be too worried about it. And the Federation? Do you think they'll come looking? Everything is always going to be having someone's eyes on it, whether it's the Concord looking into whatever the fuck they're always looking into, or the Federation. They are always going to want to come and touch themselves as well. They always do. Gizmo, you wouldn't be able to see anything, but there's just another awkward pause before you hear the med bay door shut from the other side. And that is the end of that scene. Very interesting little. Oh, this is not the right. Oh, no, that's not the right one either. There we go. very short little cutscene, very interesting. Those of you who are listening in would have got in on some information. A little more into our NPCs that are harder to get a hold of. But I was going to introduce a little bit more tonight, but I don't want to go too far into it before, I want to leave some like, good stuff for next week, because there is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of fun stuff that we're about to run into. As we uncover more secrets of what's going on. I will say there will be a little bit more on the investigation side that you guys will take a little bit of part in or not. It's completely up to you guys. I'll just say the more digging you do, the more you may or may not want to find. But fun all the while.
I think we're gonna want to find it.
I'm clapping. Yay.
Yay.
It was so fun.
Huzzah.
By the way, DM, I haven't said, but I love your Gizmo. The character, but also your voice for him is great.
It's fun because we don't know how old he is. Even if you ask, there's no way these guys would have any idea. As far as anyone's concerned, he has lived longer than everyone on this ship. But no one knows by how much, and he will never tell anyone. We don't know if it's because he's old enough to be senile and literally has no idea how old he is, or if he likes to keep it to himself.
Bro, we gotta stick him in one of those medical pods. See what it says.
Damn.
Could that tell us his age, actually?
It might be able to give you an approximation.
I'm not gonna do that.
Have thought about it.
Well, now I want to see which one is older between him and the Warforged.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
does
honestly.
Nox have to when he's busted down, does he still go to the doctor or does he go to Gizmo?
Oh God.
I think that's a Nox question.
I think I have to go to Gizmo.
To get repaired.
I think as long as anything, if it's a cut, it can be healed. But if anything breaks, it's a Gizmo.
It's a Gizmo.
It's a Gizmo.
It's a Gizmo.
Here's to hoping nothing breaks.
Val has told both his
I'm thinking about
brothers.
going to talk to him to see if I can get an upgrade or something.
Val has told both his brothers that unless he's dying, just put him in a bed. He's not going to the doctor.
What's wrong? He's a great guy. There's nothing going on. Nothing weird.
I don't trust him.
He has too much interest in the non-standard biology on his ship.
Bad vibe. Did not pass the check.
And one of the two people that is very non-standard biology, Val wants nothing to do with him.
How do you know he doesn't already have some piece of specimen from you?
Who's the other one with very non-standard biology?
Well, before this session, it was Ramiel. With their weird...
With the fact that they're a space genie?
Yeah, pretty
plasma
much.
Skin.
A plasma space genie.
He doesn't even know how it
sounds
works.
like an insult.
But after today, there might be a third member with Dahlia and fucking help.
Aquamarine.
Aquamarine?
Aquamarine, yes.
What's
Their
wrong with their
biology is really weird.
physiology? What's wrong with
I think
what's wrong with
we
the
had
two-tailed cat girl
I think
that
we
can
had
have
almost
the
half a session describing what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
No!
No.
She fixed it.
I think
She
you're.
she
Yeah.
magnetically ripped the metal out of her own body, and now everything is fine and normal again.
Which was
I did
flipping
normal.
so crazy.
Overreacting.
I love
I earlier this week learned that we leveled up after the last session and was like, oh, a cool magnet spell. I didn't know I would be getting X-rayed today and find that there was something magnetic inside me.
Oh boy.
But
Who
I
could
will
know?
gladly use any exciting, cool new spell that I find.
That's fair.
I think it's a spell well used.
That was beautifully gory. I loved the self-autopsy.
Not an I didn't even dip below negative. Like I walked out of that extraction with temporary hit points above my hit point total. Hardly an autopsy.
Uh-huh.
I think everything went perfectly well as it
I
could.
agree. It's about time that something went Aquamarine's way for once, even if it is a relatively painless ripping of an object from herself. At least it's something. Something's going in her direction.
Why are we still arguing whether or not Ramiel actually shook Booker's hand?
He
Booker
did.
would've
I'm
stayed-
telling you, there was
Okay.
an actual handshake.
There just may have been some other mumbled
There
words
was
in
also-
addition to.
Yeah. I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure that
yeah.
I got that handshake.
Yeah, no, the handshake was fully
Oh.
there. The spell does not work without touch. That is the whole point.
Mm-mm.
That's definitely what makes it a very soul-binding fucking contract.
Wait, soul binding.
Whoa. No one said anything
Oh,
about
the quiet
sucking
part.
out souls.
The quiet part got said out loud.
Look, let's just
Can I
say
get a
there's some
do-over?
fun parts of the spell. I mean, the spell itself is above board harmless. Is Ramio gonna make it seem like it's anything but harmless? Absolutely.
Feel like
It
we
was
keep
nice
saying
knowing
that
you,
now.
Booker.
Gosh.
You were
No,
a great guy.
I'll read the spell for you.
And thus the epitaph, Ramiel the Deceiver.
So this is for the duration of the spell. You immediately know if the creature breaks the promise, oath, or contract. If this happens for the remainder of the duration of the spell, you know the distance and direction to that creature. If the spell is dispelled, you immediately know it, but don't learn the direction or distance to the creature.
This is such a perfect Ramiel spell. I
Yep.
It's like baby's first step towards granting genie wishes.
it's so good.
And stealing souls.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean,
Genie
what?
wishes.
Genie wishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From our
Yeah.
helpful, reliable, trustworthy friend.
Yeah.
Very
I
trustworthy.
seem to
Look, he's been
I
truthful.
seem to remember a certain fae that was tied to a genie that wanted him to commit genocide.
What? No. There's nothing similar about that.
Now I do need you to take a warlock. No, I'm joking.
That was my fear. I was like, I'm about to get a message. I'm about to get a private message. I'm taking Warlock next.
So you thought you were a level 3 monk.
So you thought. Oh man.
There's nothing to worry about.
God,
He
why
said
does
with
my
his
sheet
fingers
say
crossed behind
warlock?
his back.
Theoretically, no session I think is done. I think that was just
Yeah.
after. You may be free. You're dismissed.
Class dismissed.
You are free to
That's
leave.
dismissed.
I do need to steal you for a moment, God. about my
Mhm.
class.
Oh,
Because
Yes.
yeah.
Also, CK, whenever you get the chance, could you, I don't know if you saw my message, but whenever you get the chance, I'd love to know more about that.
Yes, I did see your message and I
Okay.
typed up a whole thing. I just have not sent it yet because I think there's still one more
No
thing I
rush.
want to add in there.
Cool.
About that level in Warlock.
Nope. This was asked before this session. That'll be next session.
Good night.
All right.
Good night.
Guys.
Good night, goodbye, goodbye, good night.
Bye,
Good
bye,
night, good night,
bye.
bye. Goodbye, night.
Goodbye night, good night, moon.